Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I'm a relationship hack.
Run up and get touched up, suicide. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail. Run up and get touched up, suicide, that's it. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail.
Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. It's Monday morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You know what that means? It's time for the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Dash Radio, Dash Talk. You know how we get down. I have an amazing topic for you today. Before I get into it, I want to shout out my folk in Houston. Man, I know LA is doing a whole lot for Houston. Let me just say that right now. LA is doing a whole lot for Houston. There are a lot of churches. There's a lot of radio stations.
Right.
I know there's a lot of shelters. A lot of people are gathering a lot of goods and sending goods down to Houston.
Right.
So I just want to send love out to Houston, but I also want to send love out to Florida. My homeboy. This is a homeboy of mine. Well, at least I call him a homeboy. I ain't never met him. I don't know him personally. But I see him as a homeboy. He gave us the signal that he's okay. He was in Miami.
Okay.
And Irma just went through Florida on fire. So I want to send love and prayers out to Houston and the entire state of Florida. My homeboy Hustle. You know Hustle be calling, man. I'm happy that Hustle is okay, man. Seriously. Like that meant a lot. Because he sent up the flare, the flare sign saying, hey, yo, Irma's about to come through, y'all. Y'all pray for us. Hopefully we get through. I was like, wait a minute, Hustle is there. So, we got the confirmation that he is in fact okay. So I'm happy about that, man. I'm really happy about Hustle being all right. That meant everything. So, as you know, you're listening to Dash Radio, Dash Talk to be specific. DashRadio.com/Dash Talk is how you hear this show on Monday mornings, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The call-in number is 323-230-4445. That's 323-230-4445. 4445. Right? Get at us. Now, you already know what's commonplace for us. Let me just tell you right now. Support this business right now. You know why? Because they're in Houston. Do you know these people got me their products during Harvey?
What?
I don't know how they did that shit.
Some ingenuity,
I was
determination.
Yeah, I was blown away. Now, that's the first reason you support this black-owned business, husband and wife. The second reason, which should be the first reason, they shit good than a motherfucker.
They shit good than a motherfucker, nigga.
No, this how you know. I thought they was gonna send me like this gift bag or package or some shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they sent it for my daughter and her mother.
There you go. Classy.
You in the dig? I got like a little bitty ass box about this big. With,
Here you go, nigga.
right. Here's 3 now laters, nigga, and some peppermint.
Okay. Some sugar daddies.
Here's some sugar daddies, nigga. I didn't hear. But what they did send was crazy. I need you to go to this website right now. uniqueandnatural.com. They got bath and shower shit, body stuff. Listen, they got like some kind of hair for natural curly hair.
Like a black Bed Bath & Beyond.
Man, it is the black Bed Bath & Beyond. Like, they shit is ridiculous. At least that's what my daughter tells me. She was like, this hair stuff, can you get some more?
How close are you to them?
Yeah, are they your friends? Yeah, my daughter will have a serious conversation with me only when she wants something. Are these people your friends? Do you know them personally? No, but seriously, uniqueandnatural.com, premium body care. They sent a gang of those little bath bombs.
Oh yeah, when
you throw them in a bomb and it
that's
fizz
right,
up and all that. Damn, my daughter and them was like,
that bougie stuff right there. Get our bougie on.
I was like, nigga, consider this an early Christmas, early birthday. I ain't getting your shit now. No, but I was very, very happy with them. Please support them. uniqueandnatural.com. Also, you already know, I'm hiding a motherfucker off Total Package Energy. Do you know I met this brother and his wife over the weekend?
Oh, he was out here?
Yeah, he was like, man, I'm on my way to San Diego. I got to meet you. And so we met. Man, listen, he gave me 8 cases.
Oh.
I'm not going to be out for a minute.
What up? Unleash the Kung Fu grip.
He gave me 8 cases of Total Package Energy. It is the best energy drink ever.
Those are claws.
Listen, so he'll lose 9 of those and be okay.
9 in the case. I won't be okay if I lose 9.
There's 9 in the case.
I would be disappointed. I'd be like, damn, I only got 7 left. Yo, some greedy shit. I only got 7.
That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit,
But
boy.
I'm gonna tell you though. Last year, we going back this weekend. Y'all might as well come hang with us. Ontario, Corey Holcomb. We were out there last year. Now, driving back from Ontario, a nigga was woozy. Woozy like a doozy. Like, shit.
Woozy.
You know what I'm saying? What is that? Like 60 miles, Ontario from LA? Something like that?
About that.
About 60 miles. I was woozy. There was another time I was with Corey. We were in Oxnard. Man, I was so sleepy driving home. I had Chris in the car. Dragon Mouth, little Chris, Dragon Mouth. Listen, when I tell you I was ice skating across them lanes, like floating. You know how you get the nervous passenger? He got to talk to you. Yeah, so what's happening with you talk to New as you training? Yeah, he doing. You know they're trying to get that bullshit conversation going. That's when you need Total Package Energy. I promise you. I got it now. I got 8 cases. You know how fucking high I'm gonna be off this? Hey! I'm the type of dude that fall asleep in the club. Not off this though.
Turned up, lit.
Man, I already had one this morning, so you could tell. Total Package Energy, you gotta support it. Weed Juice! I always support Weed Juice because they always support us. He's here faithfully on Mondays with juices that everybody is on greedy status for.
Yeah, this dude is always talking about some pear juice with his brother.
Here you go, man. Take one of these.
Thank you, man.
So we got, we got some new bags on the website. So the bags are insulator bags, but also we still have the ZOWHAT promotion always. We got some new juices. Winter Purple today, and we representing this Miss Kiwi. Miss Kiwi is actually legit, and Water for Strawberry. That's another good juice, and we definitely got all-time favorite
apple,
Cool Water,
blackberry.
So if you need energy, if you need detox, you need immunity, if you need a 3-day cleanse, you need a weight loss program, please check the website. We put in the ZOWHAT code, you get 10% off.
Hey,
thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Love the support all the time.
And listen, we do this on purpose. We want you guys to support these businesses because when we support ourselves, when you support these businesses, you ultimately support yourself. Because watch when we break into this topic today, you're going to understand why it's so important to get into this economic reciprocity. Man, big things. Also, AndroidOhm.com. I'm going to visit these guys tomorrow. They got some entirely new shoes coming in. Luxury shoes, androidome.com. You guys got to support them.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm building my relationship with them. So I want you guys to really make an impact. Go buy their shoes. Designed here in LA, handmade in Italy. So this is a black-owned, Italian, handcrafted, Los Angeles designed luxury sneaker. Go check out their sneakers. You're going to bug out. Android, it's spelled home with 2 M's, but it's pronounced Ohm. AndroidOhm.com.
Step your game up.
Please, please, please make an impact on this company. The brother reached out to me yesterday and said, since we've been promoting, they've sold 15 pairs of shoes. And I appreciate that. Everybody who went to the website and bought shoes, I appreciate that. This is how you keep the businesses cracking. This is how you keep it all going. Because I'm going to tell you right now, because blacks are broke in large numbers, this is why we're stuck in natural disaster situations. Oh, Jesus, watch how we tie all of this together. This is going to be crazy today, man. Gosh. Oh, I'm wearing an RBG Tee t-shirt to play on that 50 Niggas, that Tupac song, 50 Niggas. We're going to go 50 Niggas over here. RBGtees.com. Also, check out Power in One Clothing, PIO Clothing.com. They got fly shirts, fly gear. Also, Shepherd Sweets. I keep forgetting all of the stuff she has. You know, when I go pick up my daughter for school, man, Jesus, I don't be thinking about the candy. So I'll bring some candy. ShepherdSweets.com.
Come on, candy crack.
ShepherdSweets.com. Also, the guy who designed my website. You guys gotta go support these black-owned businesses. You gotta do it. TriumphBeyondDesigns.com. TriumphBeyondDesigns.com. You want to see their work? Go to my website. IamZoWilliams.com. They designed my website. Please continue to support them. Also, mind-blowing mobile apps. You want to see this sister's work? Download my app, Zoe Williams, no spaces, on Google Play, as well as the the Apple Store.
iTunes, Apple.
What is it? iOS, just iOS.
iTunes Store.
Okay, cool. iOS. Wherever Apple sell their shit.
iTunes Store.
How about that? He said iOS. iOS is the proper designation. The iOS. Okay, cool, nigga. Shit. Go download my app. You'll see her work is impeccable. Go check her out. It's really, 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 really fly stuff. I got a couple of other things to promote. I got the websites. I got all of that. I guess I got Kevin. I like fucking with Kevin. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wasn't even listening to you, nigga.
Oh, wait. No, I do have one more thing. Before I throw it to Kevin. YouTubers, family members, you gotta use the super chat to donate. All right? I'm looking for 30 people to drop $100 today. 30 people, or 25 people to drop 25, or 50 people to drop 15. We need to donate. Use that super chat button. It's a little button down at the bottom of the chat. It's the symbol of the $. This is how we keep our network cracking. This is how we pay Frank. This is how we buy new equipment. This is how we keep it going. And now that we got Jeff coming on, I got more shows I'm bringing to Dash Radio, by the way. I got more shows. It's about to go down in the town. Oh, Jesus. Y'all remember Lloyd Strayhorn? The master numerologist? He wrote those books, Numbers in You. Oh, this dude is world renowned. I'm going to bring him on. I'm going to bring him on. You know how the phone line's going to be crazy? Getting to Lloyd Strayhorn. I mean, you got to bring people with big names and big followings. That dude is big.
Nice.
Crazy. So we're going to do that, but I want to be able to, broadcast to all of these shows as well. So on multiple platforms. So we need your donations. There are multiple ways to do it. You can go to my website, click the donation button. You can go to PayPal. ZoWilliamsOrders@gmail.com. You can go super chat. You could go GoFundMe, www.gofundme.com/ZoWilliams. That's it. I need a strong showing today. Kevin!
Yo. Yeah, I'm going to ride Zoe's wave and say when you finish donating over there, just roll right on to GoFundMe.com/CopStopGuardian and keep on giving. The donations have gotten a little stagnant. Now, just because we weren't on the air last week doesn't mean you guys don't have to donate. So please get out there and help us out. We're trying to help you. This is, if you don't know what it is, Cop Stop Guardian app's basically like your own 911 in the car with you. You click the app, connects you to an operator. She comes on and mediates the police stop between you and the officer, so everybody gets to go home safely. Also, we're out there. We're trying to be a 501c4 nonprofit, which is an equivalent to equivalent to the ACLU and the NRA, so we can have some political power. Most nonprofits can't have any political power because of the nonprofit status. 501c4s can, so we're trying to get out there and have that power. So get out there and donate. Also, realnagas.com for the gear, Real Nagas, the Dragon Moors, the Phoenix Moors shirts, and also the wordplay episodes. I'm on episode 3. Episode 4 will be out in a week, so please stop getting on me about it. I'll have it out there for you, and just go check it out.
Well, we're about to take a quick break. And when we come back, today's topic is about to be freaking bananas. When we return, the ZOWHAT Morning Show will tackle weaponized weather. Oh, HAARP is against your ass. HAARP is playing the clouds like a violin. It's about to go down. We'll be back in 2.2. Ladies and gentlemen, that was DJ Julian Ramirez, cousin of the Night Stalker. I'm sorry. Cousin of Richard Ramirez.
Most people don't even remember that one.
Hey, fuck it. The Hillside Strangler. DJ Julian Ramirez. You can find him on all social media at DJ Julian Ramirez. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at DJ Julian Ramirez. He does not bullshit on the ones and twos.
No, he does not.
Ridiculous mix right there. West Coast representing. You're listening to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. I'm your host, Zoe Williams. Today's topic is amazing. Weather wars. A deeper look at weaponized weather as a possible tool to reduce global populations. Gosh. I mean, that's a tough thing. That's a tough concept to wrap your mind around. Now, I know a lot of people have heard of chemtrails. A lot of people talk about chemtrails. You know what bothers me? I hate the conspiracy thing. Like, everything's a fucking conspiracy, and then 25, 30 years later, it gets revealed as true.
Right.
Like, when it's happening, it's a conspiracy. But after it has affected the fuck out of you,
Right.
then it's, well, that
reality.
is true. That would happen. Yeah,
Reality.
that did happen.
Smacking your ass.
That's crazy, right? Weaponizing weather? Is that even possible? But then when you start looking at some of the information that's out there, you start to wonder, like, well, shit, maybe it is true.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something about any culture. Culture is about keeping the disruptions down. That's how a culture is considered successful. It can't have a lot of disruptions. So now we need a philosophical, an ideological, and a psychological narrative for motherfuckers to buy into. Right? You buy into that, that's like going to sleep.
Right.
This will keep you asleep.
Zombies.
And then you wake up one day and you're 75 on your deathbed surrounded by your grandkids. Right? That's how you're supposed to make it through life.
That's right.
You know, in general, your wedding day is supposed to be the best day of your life. You're supposed to remember prom. You're supposed to go to all of the motherfucking, it's the 36th anniversary of graduation. High school, you're supposed to, all that shit's supposed to matter.
The way they laid it out.
No, that's just the way it is. You understand? You still got your Letterman's jacket. Everybody
say the Letterman's jacket.
right. Everybody is Al Bundy. I scored 4 touchdowns
in one game.
At Polk High. Like, all that shit is supposed to mean something. Your life is metered and measured out, right? Your life is metered and measured out.
Right.
Right? You look at your year. See, when you a little kid, a year seemed like it's long than a motherfucker,
forever.
right? But as you become an adult, them years get shorter because you see that shit is programmed out.
Yep.
Shit, here's autumn.
Yep.
Okay, all I know is soon as motherfucking October comes and we run into Halloween, this shit's over. Everything's downhill from Halloween, this shit is out. We out.
That's right.
We up out of here, right? A lot of people don't look at September and go, damn, 90 days left in the year.
Yep.
So your shit is just programmed and they get you through with little events in the program. Right. So here go one of the events, the NFL. Well, fall, we got football.
Right.
Booyah, my nigga. We got football.
And basketball.
But football until football until February. So football is there. Basketball heats up March, April, getting into the playoffs, and then June, there it is. Because it's a long ass season. But they got these and then along with the sports starting, you got the holidays. There's always a holiday to get you through. Memorial Day. Let's some ending of summer type shit. There's holidays. 4th of July. Shit is cracking. To keep you locked into the dream.
Go out and buy something.
Do you understand?
Yep.
You know what it means to barbecue, nigga? With your peoples in the backyard.
Oh, man,
and
on a
have something to drink.
On a holiday?
On a holiday? Hey, boy, go on and get your uncle something to drink. Right. Damn, you can't get your uncle. Boy, you young now. Get your ass over. All that shit means something, right? That's part of the dream. That's part of the matrix. But when you wake up to the reality that your life is scripted and can be rewritten at any motherfucking moment at the hands of other human beings. That's when shit gets scary. Then you get called crazy because you believe in conspiracy theories. Kevin, tell us what the word conspiracy actually means. I know what it means, but Kevin is our resident wordologist.
Well, conspiracy just means to come together, to come together and talk. It's really all it means. The etymology means to come together and talk. So, but when people do that, they usually come together for nefarious reasons. So, when you say conspiracy theory, usually theories are based on some truth, and they'll label it conspiracy theory because what they've done is they given conspiracy theory a connotation of fake or fake news or whatever the hell it may be. So that's the thing the coat they'll throw on anything that they don't want you to believe or they want you to doubt. So that's where the conspiracy just means to come together and talk. But it depends on who's doing the talking. This is where you get the nefarious shit coming from.
Wow. This shit is crazy.
But HAARP though, if we talking about, HAARP today.
We are?
Yeah, and HAARP is basically like a laser dildo in your ass that they've created.
Hey. That's
literally, that's not hyperbole. That's literally what it is. It's a fucking 1 billion watt fucking frequency laser that they can point anywhere to affect anything. So what they usually do though is they point it at the ionosphere. The Earth is surrounded by these different stratosphere, ionosphere. So ionosphere is just an electrically charged layer that protects the Earth from from the sun, like solar flares and all different types of things. So what they do though is they fuck with it. Like there's so much electricity around in the ionosphere. What they do is they take this billion-watt beam, they point it at the ionosphere, and it stretches it out just a little bit. So
almost 80 miles higher than where it already is.
Exactly. And so what happens is there's a few things that happens. So when they stretch it out, the vacuum that it creates in that space, the lower layers move in to fill in that space. So then that's when you get fucked up weather, and depending on where it is. But also what they do is if they turn it off, it kind of bounces back down. It's kind of like snapping a lady's bra, pulling a lady's bra and then letting it go and snapping back down. So when that snap comes back down and it wobbles, then that can cause a lot of different shit too.
Earthquakes.
Yeah, there you go. Earthquakes and shit like that. But that's just the surface shit. That's the surface shit.
Speaking of Mike, Kev.
That's the surface shit that it does. I mean, a billion watt laser, frequency laser that's pointed at anything can literally turn it into anything. Everything in existence is frequency and vibration. So if they can point a laser, all you need to do is just have enough power to be able to change the frequency and vibration. They got 1 billion watts. Like to just show you an equivalent, there was a guy who in one of these documentaries, he was talking about in the 80s, he found 26 oil wells and gas deposits using just a 30 watt a 30 watt thing, trying to pointing 30 watt radio frequency thing, pointing it at rocks.
And every time it hit something, and there was a concomitant sound that came back.
Right. Each substance makes a different sound.
So one sound made petroleum.
Right.
Another sound made crude oil.
Right. Gas.
So, all of that. Yeah.
All of that stuff. So that was just 30 watts. That's only 30 watts.
So HAARP has the power of a billion
watts.
Wow.
That's just that's insane. And the thing about HAARP is there's many of these radio things, frequencies, towers around the world. Most different countries tried to copy off of HAARP, but what they couldn't do is, because HAARP has a patent, an international patent, is it can point, like, so the antennas can move and point the laser. So most people, they can't bite that off the patent. Also the wattage of power, and also they can change frequency. So that's what makes HAARP different from most of the other ones around the world. And it can literally fuck up everything. They can send you what's called ELFs, extra low frequency.
Right. Yeah.
And so that shit can just fuck up, make you have bad moods and make you mad,
headaches,
sad headaches and shit like that. Or they can send frequency where you can hear voices in your head. That's where you get a lot of people talking about voices in their head, heart.
We got a homeboy like that. This is my nigga. I love him to death.
Come on, man.
So you saying HAARP is messing
but
with
no,
him?
I'm saying what you just described. He told me verbatim.
That's right.
He said, "Yo, the fucking ELFs is fucking with me, dog." He told me.
Man, that's some real shit though.
I fuck with him. That's my nigga.
That's some real shit. I mean, HAARP. HAARP stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Probe. But there was a movie in the 80s called Remo Williams. I don't know if anybody's seen.
I've heard of it.
Seen Remo Williams.
Ain't nobody seen no damn Remo.
Come on,
Williams.
That was a good ass
Ain't
movie.
nobody looking at no.
You can go check out Remo Williams. The government killed this cop and then took him and trained him to be some martial art assassin. But in there, what he had to do was one of his missions, or his main mission, he had to destroy this secret thing that the secret project that they were building. It was a secret satellite. And it was called HAARP. And so, this was when they introduced this shit through movies, and they don't say that it's bullshit, but they'll tell you, oh, since it's in a movie, you think that it's bullshit, and they just let you ride with that. But HAARP's been around forever, man. It's been around since the 60s. They used it in the war.
So a lot of people don't understand. You have the ionosphere. So much energy in the ionosphere that at any given moment around the globe, there are 8,000 storms.
Yes.
At any given moment. That's how much energy is there.
Going on.
What people also fail to realize is HAARP can't create weather. See, people think, oh, there's man-made weather. No, man can't make weather. But what man can do is fuck with weather.
Manipulate it.
I like fuck with.
I like fuck with.
Right? Because again, cloud seeding.
Right. Yeah, them chemtrails.
Chemtrails. Now, I'm a little bit like Joe Rogan. Me personally, I like concrete, solid facts.
Right.
I don't like speculation. And this is what makes some conspiracy theorists or theories are just thrown out there as, distractions to take you off of what the truth actually is. So for me, I just like concrete. I don't know what the fuck they doing. I don't know what the fuck HAARP is. But what I do know is they showed a satellite picture of something that has never been photographed before last week. And that was 3 hurricanes lined up. They have never seen that lined up. You had the hurricane in the Gulf of New Mexico. I forgot its name.
Harvey.
No, it wasn't Harvey. It was
really.
It wasn't Irma. But Irma is in this picture. You had Irma getting ready to hit Florida. You had that hurricane in the Gulf of New Mexico, and then you had Jose right behind Irma. They ain't never seen 3 of them lined up like that before. Now, what I also found out is, who is the theoretical physicist, the Asian guy? He's a famous physicist. The Asian guy. What's his name? He was on a television show. I think he was on Good Day, or Today, whatever those the big morning, ABC. What's the big morning show? Good Morning America or some shit. All I know is, yes, Michio Kaku or Kaku or whatever, however you say his name, Jesus. That motherfucker. He's like the Asian Einstein. Him. That motherfucker said that the CIA caused a monsoon in Vietnam. Caused flooding. So meaning you already gonna get a monsoon season. See, what you notice about Africa, about India, a lot of people ain't talking about India, that big ass flood that killed 1,200 people that's happening at the same time as Harvey. There's some shit going on in the world now. So he says on the news, he's talking, and he goes, yeah, the CIA, the monsoon seasons happen every year. That's why it's a season, just like hurricane season. So he was like, the CIA seeded those clouds so that the monsoon would be even more, strong, even more impactful. And it flooded them motherfuckers out. Now, all I'm saying is, if they was doing this in the 70s, in the early 70s, late 60s, imagine the technology they not talking about.
Thank you.
If HAARP is on the news, and niggas is talking about HAARP like it's a library down the block, imagine what they not talking about.
Yeah, they ain't. When you hear about some shit, that shit is 10 years old. That shit is, or 10 years outdated.
Man,
they're not trying to let you know shit. If you want to know about HAARP though, like there was a show, Conspiracy Theory, with Jesse Ventura, and I think like one of the first shows he did was about HAARP, and like he went there and he tried to get in. It's supposed to be a public.
Jesse just went there,
dude. He went there, but because it's a public place. It's supposed to be a public. It's not a private facility. It's a public facility.
Wow.
So he goes up there and they're like, "No, you can't get in." They're like, "No, you can't get in." Then he had the camera that they had outside the gate. The camera just started fucking up all of a sudden. It just started going out, and then the camera went out. This is high. This is motherfucking. I mean, this is high. Expensive equipment. This motherfucker just started going out.
So the technical explanation for HAARP is, in other words, the purpose for why it was created is because they were saying, well, when the sun, because the sun has the ability to knock out communication with our satellites. So they wanted to create, a device that could protect communications with our satellites. Right. But then what they found out, it's a lot of applications that HAARP could potentially create, like raising the fucking ionosphere 80 miles out into space so it could deflect the trajectory of missiles.
Right.
That's one.
Originally, the guy who created it in England, he was when he wanted to do what that guy did with the 30 watts. The government told him to create something to find oil and gas. And so then he went and did this in patent. He's like, oh, well, I just need more power. And he wanted something with 100 billion watts. Like this is what it was. So he wanted in his patent, he has 100 billion watt.
But that's what he explained.
Right.
He was like, once you're shooting a 1 billion watt beam, laser beam into the ionosphere, what you do is agitate the electrons, right? And next thing you know, that shit got to come back down.
Yes.
And if it comes back down in a particular place, it could cause hella shit.
Yes.
Hella shit meaning earthquakes. Now, what's crazy is
thunderstorms,
you get
all kinds
3 motherfucking hurricanes lined up for the first time ever. And they took a picture of that. And while that's happening, there's an earthquake, 8.2 earthquake in Mexico. Shit going. Okay, come
build
on.
that wall, motherfuckers. No,
Shit's happening.
That was Trump saying, build that wall, bitch.
Shit's a happenings.
I think with my late ass,
Late ass Jeff. Jesus.
I think we may have. I have this same theory about God,
Here we go.
that there is a God, but in his creation of shit, like us, he's fallible. And he went, whoops. Now, I got to spend the next 15,000 years
Do I
trying
have
to
to fix your
control.
God shit? I got to fix your God shit, dog.
Yeah.
Your God
Listen,
shit is
whoops.
fucked up.
He's like, whoops.
Why you do
What
that-
if
why
the
you do that
God
picture like
of
this?
our universe, that's my man. Shout out to Lester Berry. But if you want some more of that, you know where it is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take him down.
God.
What if our God is not the chief God, and our universe is just his playroom
Weed
in
moments.
a big house,
His man cave.
right? Same thing with this HAARP shit. What if one time they used it, they went too far, and now all of this shit is happening, and it's not each event connected to one event with the HAARP.
it's not.
Like they done open Pandora's box, and now you get 3 hurricanes when you was just looking for a major thunderstorm.
Right.
Yeah, I think that may have happened, and now we're in an oops pattern trying to figure out how not to slam into Saturn.
Well, HAARP creates something called a death ray. See, the science for HAARP came from Nikola Tesla. And so when he was working with free energy and all this and that, and he was working with the ionosphere and how to create and how to just draw free energy. And so he said that with free energy, you could create something, and this was, something called the death ray, where you could focus frequency so much at something, it could destroy it or do whatever the hell you wanted to it. So homeboy who created HAARP based his science, his technology off of Tesla. So the HAARP actually has something called the death ray, and they saying that's what actually brought down the Twin Towers, because when you look at what happened to the Twin Towers, it basically disintegrated into dust. So there's a engineer scientist who breaks this down called Dr. Woods. I forgot her name. I forgot her. Joyce Woods, I think. And she does presentations on this whole thing. She has information for days. Yeah, she has information for days. And she shows how literally how the towers just disintegrated. And she was like, well, people said, well, no, it compacted. And she's like, well, where's all the damn debris? There's no debris there. There was no seismic activity when the towers hit the floor. I mean, you had two 500,000 tons. 500,000 ton buildings that hit the ground, and the seismic activity was that of a jackhammer. Somebody, a man working on the street with a jackhammer.
So how does that play against or in conjunction with the dynamite theories?
Well, no. See,
You're talking about pancaking down.
Right.
It is 9/11. We might as well talk about it.
As she's breaking it down, she's showing the building, and she's saying it's not pancaking. If you look at it, it's peeling off like a banana.
Yeah.
And as it peels off, the parts are disintegrating into dust. She's like, look, you're not watching what's going on. They told you it was pancaking, but that's not what's happening. And then she says, look at what's happening when the people come out, because there was like 14 people who survived when it collapsed, and they came out and they were in literal dust. There was no debris, there was no desk and no phones and nothing like that. So they asked them, well, what happened to all the goddamn shit that was in the buildings? This is what they told them. That the pancake came down so fast and so hard that it crushed and it vaporized all the shit.
So basically, all the shit inside the Twin Towers was pink cookies in a plastic bag.
Getting crushed by buildings.
Shout out to James Todd Smith. Is that what they trying to tell me?
That's what they said.
You telling me that LL Cool J is involved in this shit?
Dude, that's what they said. It fell so fast that it disintegrated. Everything, all the stuff, all the equipment and all the building debris that was supposed to be there from a big ass building like that disintegrated. And then they got a steel beam that's completely bent like a McDonald's arch with no cracks in it or anything like that. And they were well, how the fuck did that happen? Well, the dude was, to melt metal, you has to be, motherfucker, you have to be 1500 degrees. 1500 degrees centigrade. It has to be like 2800 degrees or something like that to melt steel. And airplane fuel doesn't get that hot.
Right. You know what I think they did? I think they set the alibi paradigm for the intelligence and the access to knowledge at the 1500s, nigga. You used to be able to do this kind of sleight of hand shit when the general public, most of them couldn't read it. Right. So what y'all did was basically set the paradigm. Y'all set the intelligence, the what had happened was meter.
Right.
Y'all set that for the average stupid motherfucker. Not really, or not really giving a shit about the smart people, because the smart people are only going to reach other smart people. And since there aren't that many of us to go around, it's like, okay, fine. We'll just throw any bullshit out there and people will believe it. And there's just not enough smart people to make a difference.
Well, there's an organization called it's like the International Organization of Architects and Engineers or something like that. Yeah. And it's like 3,000 of them, and they all broken down 9/11, and they all agree that the planes didn't bring it down. They all said it's demolition. Some say, well, it was a combination of demolition and this and that. So these are all scientists, super scientists.
Whatever it was, it wasn't no pissed off Arabs with box cutters. Okay, okay. Let's get that out the way. If it's just, I'm just gonna put the yes. I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put the 6 of us. The ZOWHAT morning show is so hot that they had us do it in New York. We on the plane.
Hammer.
We on our way. Yeah. We on our way to New York. Just the 6 of us. Nobody would know. No. He is. You kind of hot with your hands, and I'm nice with my doorknobs, and you really don't want none of 10,000 push-ups. And Zoe, we've already seen Zoe. It's another Zoe.
We've seen Zoe in action.
It's a Bizarro Zoe. You don't want to see Bizarro Zoe. So
another reference, unnecessary.
Anyway,
okay, fine.
Anyway, we're on the plane. Some Arabs jump up with box cutters, nigga. Box cutters. Talk about they gonna take over the plane with just us on the plane.
Right. Is that going down?
It's one slightly bigger. You got him. I got the one with the glasses keep looking at me. I'm gonna get there. He gonna cut me once. I'm gonna let him cut me so I can break his fucking neck. The problem is gonna be, hey, y'all, I know y'all went out of y'all way not to take over Southwest, because that's full of niggas. But it's some niggas on this plane. My name is Jeff Brown. I know a little bit about aircraft. I used to work pitch, roll, y'all, low pressure, high pressure, ailerons, rudders, flaps. Tell me how and where to land this sumbitch. That would have been the issue. Do you really get me to believe that men just sat on that plane and let you do with box cutters, nigga? Box cutters? I done fought a nigga off with a machine.
Serious, thank you.
Box cutters? I done been shot at, nigga.
But Jeff, this whole rant
Could have been at 12 o'clock.
No. This nigga just proved our point about the weather.
Right.
You can't then say, if them motherfuckers meticulously planned out taking those buildings down, what makes you think they're not meticulously planning out using the weather as a weapon?
Come on, man. Why
you
would they
just
not?
came in here and said, "Oh well, nigga, they meant to do this, and then they got the Hulk." No,
Then they got the Hulk.
no, them motherfuckers.
meant to do this and got the
Hey,
Hulk.
listen, let me tell you what technology do.
I just caught that. You ignorant fool.
And they got the Hulk.
And they got the
Trying
Hulk.
to make a bowl of cereal and this green motherfucker came out.
Oh, shit.
So again, 67 through 72. That's your Vietnam War,
Okay.
right? A motherfucker born in 67 is how old now?
49, 50.
That nigga 50.
He the 5-0.
That nigga 50.
If he
That's
live to
all-
be
yeah.
100, he halfway through.
So that's 50 years ago. That's 5 decades, right?
That's they had heart. Yep.
Okay, this is what the Asian brother, the physicist, mentioned. Monsoon season in Vietnam is bad enough without interference from the government, but during the Vietnam War, the American government attempted to extend monsoon season by at least 30 days by seeding the clouds over the area with silver and lead oxide. This top secret campaign was known as Operation Popeye and ran from 67 to 72.
Man.
It allegedly focused on increasing rainfall over the supply routes in the area, particularly the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Now, that's 50 years ago.
50 years.
Yeah.
Now, imagine if the iPhone came out 50 years ago.
Yeah.
What version would this bitch be?
Okay, nigga.
That's
117.0.
That's pre-Pac-Man. That's pre-Space Invaders.
That's pre-Centipede.
Nigga, that's pre-garage door opener.
That's pre. What was my one shit?
Joust.
I had one. The one with the
Gallagher.
No.
Gallagher.
No, Gyrus? No. Tempest.
Tempest. That was my shit.
Tempest. Oh, Tempest. Oh, yeah.
Nigga, that was pre all that.
Yeah.
That's 50 years ago.
Pre-microwave.
And
So-
it's owned by DARPA right
So
now.
who is that?
So DARPA is the Defense, excuse me, is the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. So that's that's like the highest organization, secret organization, where they do all the projects, secret shit that they do is at DARPA. The fucking high frequency laser bullshit, alien shit, all that shit
But
is
what
with
the
DARPA.
fuck is all of that
That's
for?
all with DARPA.
Listen, this is why I asked. What is all that for?
What is it for?
I'm gonna tell you what it's for. I know what the fuck it's for.
Land grab.
It ain't even. It's
that and population control
Get
and land
your
grab.
low thinking,
Yeah.
disorganized, hungry, animalistic
Cullen.
asses.
The Cullen.
It's Cullen. We gon' fucking prune
Yep.
you niggas like dead leaves on a
Yep.
tree.
Gonna call you niggas.
It's the great culling. Cause let me tell you, this is where you get the separation between the aristocracy, the aristocrats, and the commoners. What the fuck are you here for if you're not working for me?
Thank you.
Oh, so you think you got rights and freedom and nigga?
So you
I'm gonna
just
put a rain cloud over your project, my nigga.
You just think you a deer with a driver's license. You just wander the plane, eat when you want to, sit down at the brook. No, nigga,
deer
no.
with a driver's
We got
license.
ants marching a certain way. And we got a certain number of ants we need. And the rest of you motherfuckers, well, that's what the HAARP is for.
Right. You saw the shit in the movie 2012.
Yep.
Only billionaires getting on these boats.
Yep. Sorry.
We got a special code. I'm at the fight. My son fight. Oh shit! It's time to leave.
Right?
Fuck him in the ring. He lost anyway.
Right?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
buddy.
motherfuckers don't understand this shit. Like, I saw a story of a man in Miami. The man in Miami said, I gotta wait this out. He old, he's poor. He said, I gotta wait it out. I got crackers and tuna fish
Oh, shit.
and some water. I'ma wait Irma out.
This ain't the first bitch I done waited out with crackers and tuna fish.
But first off, here's the thing. You saw what Irma did to Barbuda. They said Barbuda
is now Barbuda.
It's uninhabitable now. Who? It's an island, Barbuda. Uninhabitable. So look at where the poverty is. Listen, you're a commoner. You're poor. Poor motherfuckers stack up like bed bugs.
Yep. Look at India.
We gotta feed them.
Yep.
Look at India.
We got the shit. They look at that as we got to exterminate this. And it's unfortunate that they look at human lives in tiers.
Yeah.
This is a tier of human life that really we don't need them. We can kill them.
The social water has risen above that line.
Do you feel me? So now we got to talk about Agenda 21.
There you go.
Now niggas have always been the bed bugs of society, according to white folk.
Yeah.
I just fuck you. We think we're better suited to live out your history. So it's not yours anymore, it's ours. Now that we've got power, we're better suited to live who you used to be. Your ancestors and shit, that's us now. Right. Fuck that. Because we got more power. And we're gonna destroy you outright, and we're gonna give you a new narrative. Right? Mm-hmm. This is what makes me think Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, even the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, all wasted their lives. Because if we don't come together, which is what all of the motherfuckers have in common.
Right. That's all they've been telling
That's all. If we don't work together, that's what they had in common in terms of a message. That's what we lack in terms of a people.
The most dangerous message in the world is that we can all live together.
Do you see that?
That's dangerous.
So here we are. At the end of the day, I can just put a fucking rain cloud over your project. Right. It's time for niggas to go. Because you know why? It's easier. I heard Farrakhan say, it's easier to kill 1 million people than it is to get them to change their minds collectively.
Damn. Damn.
You gonna hold on to Christmas, ain't you? You gonna hold on to Jesus? You gonna hold on to all the old beliefs? And that's what New World Order means. It means New World Mindset.
Right? Because you keep,
shit's changing.
You keep with your thoughts. Keep on holding on to it. You remember the conveyor belt scene in Toy Story 3? That's who your ass is. You just keep with it, and that conveyor belt is slowly going toward the flame. Slowly, y'all. It smell. It's hot in here. It smell like ass in here. It smell like hot ass in here. My pants is singeing, but thank you, Jesus, and Merry Christmas. Okay, keep with that shit.
But see, that's you're talking about the frog experiment.
Yeah.
You put the frog in a beaker and you turn the heat on high, he gonna jump out.
Yeah.
You put the frog in a beaker and you gradually raise the heat, this fucking frog will boil in this shit. He'll just sit there and won't move, and that's us. And who you gonna blame for kicking it because the water warm?
Because the water warm.
It's just a jacuzzi.
This shit feel like a sauna, my nigga.
Jacuzzi.
Hey, you gotta go in them bath salts.
Them bath salts.
Girl, them blisters make your titties look big.
Himalayan bath salts.
You understand? We living in a fucked up place. How you gonna say this weather or weaponized weather is off the table when most of the cases of AIDS is with black people? Who's affected most by AIDS, HIV and AIDS?
Right.
So you mean there's some specific shit that fuck with us?
Well, when you talk about the culling in there, and it's only the lower class, going back to 9/11, there was most of the people the executives who worked at the towers, they got some type of message that told them not to come to work that day. So actually, most of the people who were killed in 9/11 were people, the lower workers.
The ants.
Yeah, they were the lower workers who worked there. So it is about, and this is 2008 that they had the power to disintegrate buildings like that. What the fuck do they got?
2002.
I mean, excuse me, 2001. Excuse me. Yeah, so that 2001.
Are you two agents? What the fuck?
2001. So you know what I'm saying? It's fucking 16 years ago. What the fuck can they do with
You
that
got
shit
niggas who have a decent enough income to go on vacation.
Okay.
Just listen. Niggas live like white people. I need a vacation.
Oh my God.
No, you don't. You don't have a bug out bag in your house, but you're on vacation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm on the join the crew.
Nigga, listen. I'm just saying. Antonio Moore, the motherfucker should have never came in my life because nigga,
when you go in the Essence Fest,
2.6% of the nation's wealth.
2.6.
Black people have that. The other
97.
is in the hands of white folks. White folks control 90% of the wealth. There's only 3% of the land in America that's actually inhabitable.
You got a Bentley Negro and you tickle me with it.
Gosh, like, and then what happens is, we live in this life. We trying to go places and but we do things as individuals. We don't do things as a collective. Sure, you can get a job. And sure, you can make enough money. And sure, you can go on vacation and live the life like you somebody. But without your people, you nobody. Here's the truth. Let me just tell you.
You're gonna repeat that. Mm-hmm. Without your people,
you nobody.
It's the truth.
Listen,
my
here's
God.
a story to accentuate this point. Damn. Bruce Lee was getting fucked over by the Hollywood industry. He was getting fucked over. Nigga, you Kato. This is at a time we ain't gonna have no motherfucking Asian lead doing nothing.
You 5'2" and can beat up everybody. Fuck that.
No, motherfucker, you in the background, my nigga. You in the background, Bruce. Fuck what you talking about, Bruce. Bruce writes a television show that he wants to star in called Kung Fu. The networks loved it. They said, but you not gonna star in it.
Nobody gonna watch your ass.
You don't get to do this. What did they do? They hired David Carradine, a white man,
who didn't
to
know
be
shit
at
about
the motherfucking Shaolin monks.
Didn't know shit about martial arts.
It was when I was a kid, one of my favorite motherfucking shows. I was watching Kung Fu
dude,
like a motherfucker
every week.
I seek water.
But watch this. Bruce is at home crying because that's his show. He created that. This nigga's broke down. He's upset. He's bankrupt. He ain't got no money. His wife, he got kids.
Yep.
This motherfucker's struggling like you and me. But because he's Chinese, his career was saved. Because when he went home,
China.
the Chinese
Made
people
him
were saying, wait a minute, that Kato, it's called Kato over
it's
here.
exactly.
It's not called the Green Lantern.
You the biggest star in China,
Over
motherfucker.
here, it's Kato, my nigga. We fuck with you.
Yep.
And it was them who produced Fist of Fury.
That's right.
It was
Big
them
Boss.
who
Yep.
produced the Big Boss. And that is what caught America's attention. He had a country to go back to.
Yep.
Niggas, you ain't got a country. All you got is a dream and a desire to be like your oppressor. And then you get mad when they create some shit to destroy your community. And the best we can do is pray and send diapers.
Send diapers.
We wouldn't have to if we were together the way we were supposed to be. We wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to get mad at Joel Osteen. We wouldn't have to. He would not be necessary.
No, because you wouldn't be fucking with him in the first place because he don't have nothing to do with your God. How about that?
Listen, we got callers on the line. Let's get a couple callers in here. Caller, you're on the ZOWHAT morning show. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Hello? Hell is low. Hello?
You hear me?
What's up, man? What up?
Hey, this is Black Ron from Dallas, Texas. What's up with
Black
that?
Rob from Dallas, Texas. What's the word?
Hey, man, I got a couple points I just want to touch on that you kind of touched on a little bit.
Speak on
One thing that I noticed, to me, Hollywood kind of poised America for the natural phenomenon. From about 94, they started hitting you with movies like Twister, Dante's Inferno, and all the way up to like Day After Tomorrow. Here lately, they've been doing 2012, San Andreas. It was only showing one community, one little small part of town getting fucked up. Then they came back with the new movies that's showing the whole world getting fucked up at the same time by these natural disasters. It puts it already in people's mind. Now, I'm fool enough to believe HAARP does exist, and if you pay attention to where the hurricanes are hitting, they're hitting only the impoverished communities. Only pay attention to Irma. They had it on TV set like it was going to be worse than Harvey. But the motherfucker slid right past Miami Beach, tore up all of inner Miami, where all the niggas live. All that oceanfront property, dropped a little torrential rainfall and moved the fuck on. How is it that Katrina can come in and tear up all of the Ninth Ward, all of Gulfport, Mississippi, all of Lower Biloxi, Mississippi, but casinos,
my man,
where all the white folks live?
Come on. They done figured out how to make the weather racist.
How is it that Haiti and the
earthquake
part of Mexico
Haiti
can get hit by that the lower part of Chile, Barbuda, can get hit by motherfucking hurricane, but it missed St. Lucia, it missed Martinique, it missed Jamaica, it missed everywhere where white folks
they vacation
for it and love to vacation. It only hit the aboriginal places where black skinned people still inhabit. They doing this shit on purpose, and they setting it up to where America, and when I say the term America, 6% of Caucasians that live in middle America, when they see the movies, they go out and get all of the readiness shit that they sell. When we see the movies, we go back in Netflix and chill with it. We see it as entertainment. They always tell our truth through their entertainment. That's why they do what they do with the movies. That's why they do what they do with the TV shows. They take a white man, tell our story, tell an ancient Asian story, which is our story, tell an ancient Hebrew story, which is our story. But they put white face on it so that now when it hits the history books, of white face. So when you read it, you think movie. You don't think us.
I can smoke a bag of that.
This is why they can't give you that visual depiction, because the movie does way more than the book. Remember The Color Purple for the movie, not for the good-ass book Alice Walker wrote, but for the good-ass movie Steven Spielberg made. Dig what I'm saying?
Bruh.
This is why when they see the relationship, all it does is reinforce the negative stereotype that light skin is above dark skin, and that the only beauty that a dark skinned girl can find, the only validation that a dark skinned girl can find, is in woman.
Hey man,
instead of telling you the story that there was a lesbian relationship going on in the midst of incest and rape.
Right.
Hollywood wiped all the way past that shit. We gonna get right past the incest.
Oh, bro, something wrong with your phone.
We gonna edge on around the lesbianism, but we gonna focus on how this black woman pulled herself up out the bootstraps and Madam C.J. Walker her way to stardom.
Wow.
That dream.
Wow.
But anyway.
Hey man, we appreciate you taking the
Thank
time
you
to
so
call
much,
us,
man.
brother.
Jeff, I can't wait to tune in to your show, bro.
Thursday.
Wow, thank you, bruh. Thank you, man. I ain't gonna let you down.
I tell you what though, I can tell you one thing about Jeff's show.
Jeff Crazy.
He gonna be on time to his own shit. I can tell you that. I can tell you that right now.
See? He gonna be on time too.
So,
Yo, what up, man?
As a conscientious observer of all of your programming, what I have noticed is the show are there because they have something to promote during the Black Empowerment segment.
Mm-hmm. Jeff
don't have nothing to add for that first 20 minutes. Ain't no need him being there.
Look here. Sir. I don't know who you are, young man. I do not appreciate you out my pimping. How you gonna put my pimping in the street? That is true.
Funny.
No, that's
funny. That's terrible, man. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, call in on my show, man. Please do.
All right. Now,
Thank you,
watch
brother.
this. Geoengineering, social engineering, weather engineering to steer humanity in a particular direction for the benefit of those on top. Did anybody stop to think that Agenda 21, which deals with population control, the masters of the universe, so to speak, the people who want to control every fucking thing, creates Agenda 21 so they can get the population of the world, which is at 7 million and skyrocketing.
Billion.
Right? 7 billion skyrocketing. Now, we got to get rid of these motherfuckers.
How do we do it?
No one has stopped to think that feminism is one of those ideologies.
Yep.
Yeah. Slow down the fucking.
Because it slows down the fucking.
Yes.
Watch this.
Or it actually augments the fucking.
True or false?
According to my porn collection.
No, watch this. True or false? Are girls and women, right? As girls and women gain access to education and employment, their health improves, their options expand, and they have smaller families than women who are denied access to education and employment. See, a lot of people don't realize that was constructed too. This belief system of, I can do better by myself. I don't need you.
Right.
Because what happens when women are dependent on men, families are bigger. Because they always pregnant.
Right.
We taking care of them. We making babies.
That's right.
All this is happening.
I'd have been out working. I want to go home and do something.
But this goes back to my point about I'm going on vacation, bae. I'm independent. I can pay for my own shit now. I don't need you. I can meet Dexter St. Jock down on the beach if I want to.
Right.
Do you see? You think you're free, but all you're doing is living out a particular narrative that was placed before you.
Yeah.
Everything that we fuck with. Okay, religion. Okay, well then there's a secret society tie in religion. Okay, school. Okay, well there's a secret society tie in school. Whether it's whether it's motherfucking the Skull and Bones at Harvard,
right,
or it's the Divine Nine in the HBCU movement.
Entertainment.
Oh, there's a secret society over there too. Okay,
Everywhere.
Even with feminism. Oh well, there was a female agent who helped create that shit. I forgot the lady's
Margaret
name.
Sanger?
No, not even Margaret Sanger. It's another lady. I forgot her name, but you know what I'm talking about.
Betty Crocker?
Steiner.
What's
her name?
Gloria Steinem?
Gloria Steinem.
Boom.
Gloria
Steinem.
Steinem.
There's a tie somewhere with the establishment that acts as a rudder. And you running around here acting like you're free when your ship has always been on auto control, cruise control,
and look what they do.
Autopilot.
They make the feminist things. I mean, cut you off. But they make the feminist movement, and
Speaking of Mike.
They make the feminist movement, and the feminist movement is really opposite of what the word is. Feminine means to nurture, to suckle at the teat. So, but most feminists think they have to be strong and like a man and masculine. That's not what it is. But what they also did, how you going back to the feminism, how they trying to make men feminine. I just posted a video on Facebook where this black scientist, he broke down how he found in the food byproducts in corn that they use. Yeah. There was a chemical in the corn.
Up in the bay,
that
right?
They were using. Yeah, there's a brother. He's a crazy scientist, super smart. He found that it would turn
the frogs gay.
Yeah, frogs gay. Male, and whatever little male thing they gave it to, it would turn it gay. And so this is actual shit. It was not gay. They would feed it this.
You about to do a gay frog. Here we go.
And it would turn gay.
Hey, WB Frog, I know they fired you, but you can come on up here. Bring your top hat.
But that's
Ribbit, my
I
nigga.
got a tadpole for you.
Come to my lily pad, nigga.
my lily pad.
God damn it.
But that's a real thing when you talk about the feminine. That dude, that's a chemical fact that they're trying to do this shit. Now you see all the tight jeans and the fucking rip pants and fucking all this bullshit.
Is a frog's ass watertight? I don't know about the water part.
Shit.
Yeah.
Gay frogs, nigga?
On every level.
They're trying to take you out, man.
On every level.
Shit.
Look at the motherfucking cereal boxes with the same ingredients as antifreeze.
Dude.
Look at GMOs. Everything is. Oh,
Yes.
that's a conspiracy. You shouldn't look at that. Well, guess what? And I know mothers hate to hear this.
Here it comes.
God damn, I know mamas hate to hear this.
Shit.
You were doing the right thing as a mama,
Yeah.
which is getting your kid vaccinated. That's what you're supposed to do because they told you that shit would
supposed to do.
protect your kid. But now you see the connection between vaccinations and autism. You think autism is accidental?
Hell.
Nope. We need dumb people. We need to slow down
Yes.
brain activity.
Yes.
We can't have you brilliant. You think the magazines written at a 7th grade level is accidental? You think high level intellect is frowned upon? You think that's accidental? Hey, do you? I mean, let's just be honest.
No.
You think being nigga?
What do you think
What is-
the zombie symbolism is all about? Dumbing you motherfuckers all the way down and then taking your ass out. That's why you see a zombie every fucking where. It's a,
Right.
it's
Hey.
a zombie this, zombie that.
Corporate
zombie this.
America. Corporate America. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? I didn't have people read some of the new book. I let little pieces of the new book get out. I've let people close to me here take a whiff of this. Oh my God, so I don't know if they're ready.
My hair is smoking.
I don't know. They've even said the same thing about the relationship dismount. Fuck that! It's time for you to get hit upside the dome piece. Because that is the real currency in the world. Information. High quality information. This is why a motherfucker who goes to a Wellesley. I went to Wellesley. This is why these motherfuckers think differently than the nigga who went to Woodrow Wilson Junior High. Okay? This is why niggas think different. Do you understand?
If
That's
your
the real
school is
currency.
named after a black activist. I went to Malcolm X College. Oh, okay.
No, what's crazy is that Marcus Garvey school
Yeah.
used to be
The beast.
Man.
the motherfucking
Off the chain,
the
crazy.
motherfucking nuclear genius plant for black genius kids,
Yep.
and they didn't want to really let that information out. And then a lot of the funding got cut.
Because the senator went there and this motherfucker went back to Congress and gave a goddamn speech on how ill the Marcus Garvey school was and how it had like 2nd graders were beating 7th graders and shit like
Killing
that.
them.
And he said, and he told them like this dude.
Let's just cut to
shout out to Steve Coakley because he got this video. Rest in peace, Steve Coakley. But he had this video of this dude talking to Congress and saying how these kids were outdoing their kids in their different states and how they had to get on their curriculum and match the Marcus Garvey school curriculum. So this dude, he alerted all those motherfuckers to what was going on in the Marcus Garvey school.
Let's just cut to the chase today here, gentlemen. The niggers are being overtrained, and we're going to have to either knock that shit off or speed up with them. If we don't, niggers are going to overtake us by lunch. Are we?
And somebody just pointed out something that I think is correct too. When we say the autistic child is slower, it just means he or she may be impaired
Right.
in some way, and this doesn't mean that they're not smart, because sometimes they hella smart, super smart, but they lack empathy sometimes.
Certain doors in their minds have been closed.
You understand what I'm saying? It's an impaired kind of existence.
Yes.
And
in order to funnel their thinking over into we can't use this,
right?
Over into this doesn't count,
right?
All that shit does with autism is go, okay, this is the hallway everybody else's knowledge walks down and comes out. What we are going to do is divert your shit, and since that hallway is empty, we're saying that your building is empty. No, it isn't. No. It's just going over here.
Yeah.
Well,
then the other one is Asperger's,
right?
Because Asperger's, they could be non-empathetic altogether, non-feeling,
like Spock,
just disconnected, right? And you can't be disconnected as a human being.
Well, I like the way I like to think of it. Since everything is frequency and vibration, their radio just doesn't get every station that everybody else's get.
Right.
It gets other shit that you don't get.
Right.
That's the way I look at that shit. They got a special radio.
You done tuned
that these niggas tuning into some different shit.
over to Rain Man FM, and so now you drop some toothpicks, and I know it's 374 of them.
Rain Man FM.
Rain Man FM. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with James.
Man, look
Rain Man FM.
Jeff Brown. Rain Man FM.
Yeah.
Boy, you stupid. God. But watch this.
We'll put you on the 13th and a half floor.
Because of the chemtrails, asthma, A.D.H.D, Alzheimer's, autism, and aluminum inhalation and other particulates. Chemtrails are related.
Right.
So you breathing in this shit and it's affecting you.
Have you seen that plane? Has anybody seen the video of the plane that is like somebody is almost hovering over a plane that is hauling sweet sugary ass at like maybe 20,000 feet and just pluming out this vapor? Has anybody seen it? I gotta find it was on my Facebook
feed. Did you see it today?
I saw it
I'm
day
just
before
fucking.
yesterday.
Did you see that plane? No, nigga.
It's unbelievable. I was like, God damn, what am I looking at? At first, I thought it was like a UFO or something. And as it got closer, it was just this. It looked like a. You know how FedEx has the regular airplanes, but they don't have windows because they're cargo planes. It looked like one of those that was just spewing, not coming off, not the vapor coming off the wings. Like there's a button and a lever. No, fuck a button. A damn
and just dropped it off. When they do that stuff, this is why you have a lot of droughts and shit everywhere, especially in California. That aluminum and stuff eats up the moisture and shit in the ground and fucks up the soil.
Well, it does different shit in different places.
Right.
In 2013 is when we started our drought. And the drought in California was bad.
11 trillion gallons of water.
But you know what's fucking crazy? Let's see. What is that? A 4-year, 5-year drought? Where were we? They said it started in 13.
Yeah.
So basically 4, almost 5-year drought. That shit was over in 2 days when it rained.
Yeah, when it rained.
Remember it rained here? The drought was damn near.
It was.
Well, we're back to normal. We got 11 billion gallons in the river. What the fuck? Remember it rained real hard for a couple weeks?
Yep. It dropped all that water on us.
Where did that shit come from? That was just some.
Look at us.
That was, see, I remember.
Scarcity is a weapon.
I remember Big Mama could smell the rain. Remember that?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, it's gonna rain.
It smell like rain.
Yeah, you better hurry up home now. Wear a jacket or something. I remember that kind of shit. And I remember there was a rhythm and there was a feeling to the weather. We felt it as human beings.
Yes.
That's the ionosphere.
Yes. Like,
that's the ionosphere.
Here come fall.
Some shit come. Yeah, here come fall. And here comes summer. Winter is on your ass.
Fucking
you can tell.
Game of Thrones in this
You
motherfucker.
knew it. There was a rhythm to it. Now,
The dog.
there's some hella random shit going on. One day is 96 degrees.
Next
The
day
next day is
47.
overcast and 52. What the fuck is going on?
Last week it was 102. Today is what, like 74 outside?
I mean,
75 degrees?
it's like some random switching. Now people,
I think that's testing.
but we get called crazy. No, I think that's what you mentioned earlier. Some of the side effects of fucking with shit.
Right.
I think that's what you mentioned earlier. But at the end of the day, you get called crazy or an aluminum foil hat wearer, when you
foil hat wearer.
Right.
yeah, when you say, well, wait a minute, why is it like this? What's wrong with saying why is it like this? What's wrong with saying like I said, I correct your God shit earlier. First off, who they talking about in the Bible ain't God.
Thank you.
That's number one. Like God is some immaterial. Let's just say God is possibility. Let's just do that. Some immaterial, energetic possibility. It is a living canvas, and whatever the fuck you think about manifests. That's God. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a dude in the Bible that get mad, because there's some other dudes that you could also believe in. That's a nigga around the block. That's the nigga some of these women are dating.
Right.
That ain't Zeus getting mad at Mercury, nigga.
No, it's not that. Like, just if you grew up a little bit spiritually to understand the creator of everything, that creates things to be jealous of.
Right.
What? Hold on. The nigga that did everything, the one everything came out of, he gets jealous of, first off, okay, that's another conversation. It gets jealous of the shit it creates. So if the source...
So you telling me God is a 5-year-old?
So if the source gets jealous, how the fuck can we not be?
Right.
Right. And angry and wrathful.
And all the shit that he got problems with, he elevated to the level of God and he's still angry.
Right.
So don't get mad at me for being angry.
Exactly. And tell me to turn the other cheek.
Get the what?
Where was his cheek with Pharaoh's army?
Where was his cheek with Sodom and Gomorrah?
Right. Right. Where was his cheek with the whole earth and Noah?
The fuck?
Here's some other shit. Here's some other some aluminum hat shit. Aluminum foil hat shit. Remember a few years ago when they officially told you that your TV would not work with rabbit ears and took all that off?
I remember that.
I believe that is because you ever back in the day turn your TV when it had a dial and you get halfway between some shit and you hear some shit for a second. Like, what the fuck is this?
That UHF
I'm
frequency.
halfway between Batman and Romper Room and I heard some other shit. Let's get all of that frequency shit out of the ants' hands so we can really get busy on this frequency shit, is what I have always thought about that. I have always, anytime the government steps in and gives you some shit, it ain't for your benefit. No. Ever.
There's a guy called John Hutchinson. You guys need to go on YouTube and look up the Hutchinson effect. And when you look at this guy, he's a weird looking dude who's in his house with a gang of equipment and bullshit, but he used to work for the government. And he was a scientist who worked on radio frequency shit. And one of his technologies was being able to manipulate matter with sound. And
what's his?
John Hutchinson. John Hutchinson. You got to check this dude out because because he has these videos of these experiments he's doing. So he shows you how he can bend metal with sound. He has like all these different things in a room, and he's able to he has a cup of ice cream, and the ice cream floats out of the damn cup. And I mean, all this shit pennies and shit start floating.
Fire out with sound.
Exactly. So this is called the Hutchinson effect. It's all frequency. It's all just frequency. So
another dude that was like that. This reminds me of a Tesla dude you talking about. But you know another dude that was like that? The dude who created the Coral Castle. Edward Lee Scallion.
I got his book. Yep.
I got his books too.
Magnetic current.
All them shits is on magnetic currents.
Yep.
You niggas is felons. Ain't no regular people read this much. Okay, Edward
who? Is dope. Edward Lee Scallion.
Yeah, this is how you spell it. LEEDSKALNIN.
Okay, hold on. See, that's how you know some bullshit. My spell check won't even let me do it. Stop fucking with it. Okay, Edward Lee.
His castle.
SKS Canlin.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Yeah, he's pretty famous. His Coral Castle is still in, I think, Hampstead, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And he would not let anybody see him build his shit.
By the night. Middle of the night.
And it's like big ass coral stones that weigh tons
And he
that
only
you
weighs
can
like-
push
yeah.
with your finger.
And he
to
only
open
weighs
the
100
doors and the gates.
He weighed 130 pounds, and so no equipment. This nigga had no equipment.
Well,
there.
he did have some equipment. It was some weird arcane.
Well, he had this black box. Well, he had a black box that they.
Speak in the mic, bro.
He had a black box that he would use, and people, whenever they saw him working, if they tried, so like people tried to spy on him and shit, and they'd be looking at him, and he had this black box that he would always have out when he was doing this shit. And so when he died, they raided his crib and took the box. So that box though was basically manipulating frequency, because the place where he built the coral castle is on something called ley lines. There's something in the world called ley lines. These are energy centers around the world. These are energy pathways that are around the world, that if you're wherever you're close to these, the energy is more powerful there.
Right.
So where he built his coral castle, it's on a ley line, and so that also helps to
tons.
Yeah, it also helps to enhance the power of whatever in frequency, whatever he was doing. But that's how he built that shit, basically just by himself, 130 pounds with no one else.
Wouldn't let nobody see him do none of this shit.
Middle of the night.
Shit weighed tons. There's a lot of that shit going on around.
His book is called Magnetic Current. And so if you get that book, it's a real thin book too, but it has packed with shit though.
Here's what really gives me a case of the red ass.
I don't want you. Okay.
Is the concept that the powers that be can actually, with a collective straight face, ridicule you for questioning them when they represent the motherfuckers who brought you smallpox on blankets, the first to drop the nuclear bomb,
Right.
racism, slavery, drawing and quartering, the crusades. This all come from your camp. So now when I say I don't believe you, you don't want to look at your track record?
He has oppositional defiant disorder.
How about it? How about it?
He's just disorderly. Why wouldn't you believe me? I'm the authority of your life. Fuck.
Exactly. It's not valid till I say it.
No.
We're going to take a quick call, and then when we come back, we're going to take a quick call. I'm going to take this call. Let's go. Let's take him. Caller, you're on the line. Then we're going to take a break and go back to Jeff's intellectual rant. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where are you calling from? Caller? Call easy. Caller, you're on the line. They're all gone. Okay, cool. They're trying to call in, I guess. All right, so look, we're going to take a quick break, 2-minute break. We're going to come right back. We're talking about weaponized weather, conspiracy theories, Agenda 21, population control. We're talking about all of these things right now. A deeper look at weaponized weather as a possible tool to reduce global population. Great show right now. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, Jeff's intellectual rant. All right, we're back. Jeff Brown over here. Listen, I got to keep saying it over and over again, fam.
Keep saying it.
Over and over.
Over and over. Over and over.
All right. You don't get sound during the break because we're playing copyrighted music. Okay? If you want to hear said DJ Julian Ramirez mixes, it's real simple. Open up another browser. Go to www.radio.com/talk while we're on the air, and you'll hear the audio. You'll hear the callers. You'll hear all of that. Okay? I've typed no sound during the breaks, fam, 37 times in the chat room.
Could you please stop being the stupid motherfuckers we talking about?
Y'all missing. Y'all
supposed to be here because you're trying to elevate your mind.
You just missed DJ Julian Ramirez.
Oh my God.
His Wu-Tang mega mix.
Yes,
If
Lord.
you wanted to hear it. Now I
Don't miss
understand.
another one.
Now I
You're an
understand.
animal.
I understand. Might be a little bit difficult if you're on your cell phone.
Oh yeah.
And you're watching the live feed on YouTube on your cell phone. I get it. But even on your cell phone, you can mute the YouTube and open the Dash Radio app and go to talk. I have to William Shatner
Captain Kirk.
So does that make me Scotty? Am I Scotty? Who the fuck am I?
Yeah, the irrational one, you're Scotty.
I'm Scotty.
That's
I'm just trying to get some of that huru pussy or being
Okay.
down with you with the green bitches.
As you know, that pussy was mine.
As you know.
Don't go so many levels. So many levels.
Oh, but I'm just saying, if you want to hear the audio, what's happening, like during the breaks, it's real simple. You can open that Dash app
How about it?
and you can hear the audio, you can hear the callers, you can hear all of that, okay? Now I'm gonna type this shit again. No audio during the breaks. We put it on mute.
Yes.
On
Go
purpose.
buy Winter Wars if you want to hear.
Nah, he just killed us with that mega mix. DJ Julian Ramirez. You can follow him on all social media at DJ Julian Ramirez. All right. What do you mean? I do this disclaimer before the shows. You know, we get on here 10 minutes before the show airs. I don't think you were here, but yeah, I do a lot of disclaiming early on and typically throughout. Like, here's another disclaimer: donate. Hit the fucking little super chat button right here. This little dollar sign down at the bottom of the chat. You can donate
that.
right now. Okay, it's a couple hundred people in here right now.
If y'all gave $5,
If y'all gave $20, let's say $20.
if y'all gave a twomp, if y'all all gave a
That's
twomp,
right.
Jesus,
how much is this information worth to you?
obviously,
How much is it
3750 is where we
worth
at
to
today.
Okay.
We're at 3750 right now.
All right.
So
All right. That's a start. That's a start. That's half of a Nike on sale.
half of a Nike.
I think that's about a third
That's
of a
about a
Nike.
third of a Nike on sale.
All right, let's hook Jeff up right now. He needs space for his rant. Hey, hey, Kev, move over a little bit. I'm moving
My
this
bad.
way.
Let me clear this.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further
As I
ado,
grow to 5 times my size in this bitch.
without further ado, Jeff's intellectual rant.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no fucking idea what I'm going to talk about right now. It's just going to come from the fucking cosmos, which means, honestly, that's the best because I'm out of the way with my bullshit. There is none of my bullshit in the following words. We are in a place where this hit me last night. I put it up on Facebook. Race war, poisoned water, cataclysmic weather, North Korea, zombie apocalypse, the people who control Trump, the people who sit idly by and wait for whatever's next with wonder whether that will be it. Pick. Then, take a pull. Hold it. Summon all the love you can and blow powerful, positive energy forward into your universe. Then, nigga, regardless to whether the trees bear strange fruit, or whether Mother Earth buckles under the weight of his century-long expansionist disrespect, or whether, finally, after all her warnings, Mother Earth pins her hair back, greases her face with the oil he spilled, and decides that it is kill or be killed, or whether Kim scorches the sky, or whether all mankind takes black people's place in first for the Walking Dead, or whether the real decision makers decide we should all be even more regulated into cages, or whether we all just let it happen. You will be fine. Some or all of that shit is coming.
This nigga's high.
I was when I wrote that. I was stratospheric when I wrote that.
Jeff.
Some or all of that shit is coming. And it's not just it's almost what the shit we're discussing. The fact that we're allowed to discuss it means it's too late. We couldn't have done this show in 1995. We couldn't have. Take away what we know now. Take away the advantage of being in 2017. I'm not talking about going back to the future to style. I'm talking about 1995. if 3 brothers decided to get on the radio and really expose you to the game, do you think they would have let that happen? No. What they're counting on is that we will never get it together with the lower of them. Why do you think they antagonize the lower of them, and they fuck with the weather, and they fuck with the food? Because all of those things work together for good to those that love the decision makers. All that shit, all of this shit is orchestrated for someone else's good, just not yours. Just not yours. Stop, if you listening, stop calling yourself racist. Stop watching people come up with shit to do. Oh, we're gonna have a challenge where we take drinkable water where the rest of the world can't, is fucking in a drought, and we're gonna pour it over our heads for cancer. How about just stop eating meat? You can do that for cancer. How about stop buying into the propaganda that there's just not enough food? There's plenty of food. There's not enough food to feed everybody and keep the wealthy super ridiculously wealthy. When you take money out of this equation, we can do anything and everything. And the truth is, the money part's fake. The world is being destroyed for fake shit. For fake shit. That money that you have is an agreement. Pull out a piece of currency. Pull out a $20 bill. We all agree that it's too much for a paperclip and not enough to buy a house. Well, that agreement is about to be broken. And where are you going to? Will you be broken? Will you be broken when your God is broken? Because it's going to come down to the ability to live and thrive without that shit. Because believe it or not, the powers that be are going to be eaten by their own power. This shit they're fucking with is stronger than them. They just haven't figured it entirely out yet. What does that have to do with you? Will you be feeding when this is done? Will you be fed? Or will you be bones?
God damn.
It's up to you. I'm done.
Jeez. Well,
will you be bones? I said bones. Can I get a witness?
You mentioned God. I'm going to say no to the Boko Shop. No to the Boko Shop.
That's a ghetto Jeopardy question. For $500 in the Christian category, the sound made by most regurgitating Christians. Boom! What is no to the Boko Shop?
No to the Boko Shop is when they disagree in tongues. No to the Boko Shop.
Is that my nigga?
No to the Boko Shop.
Do you understand?
I rebuke you in tongues. No to the Boko Shop.
I am never again consciously saying no. I'm never again. Mr. Brown, would you like fries with that? No to the Boko Shop. No to the Boko Shop.
No to the Boko Shop.
That is my new shit. That's going on a t-shirt, nigga. No to the Boko Shop.
No to the Boko Shop. Now, when they agree, it's ho to the Boko Shop.
Ho to the Boko Shop.
Ho is short for holy.
That's right.
Ho to the Boko Shop.
So it's either ho to the Boko Shop or no to the Boko Shop. Oh my God.
Hey, listen. We do these topics not because we know what the fuck we talking about.
No to the Boko Shop, we don't.
No to the Boko Shop, we do not. But we want to open up the dialogue.
Yep.
We want you to talk. You know, we want you to discuss. We want you to research. We want you to read. I know you don't want to read. I know you don't.
No, they don't. Not in technology age.
Right. I know you one of them. Listen, listen, man.
You mean them little marks on the paper?
Right. I know you don't want to do that shit.
Ain't no pictures in the book?
Give me a meme about
Only thing you got to make this shit. Listen, the only thing you got to make this matrix, this false reality, feel even close to good is escapism and entertainment.
Yep.
That's all you got. And that's why the shit means so much to you.
Man.
That's why you can't miss Insecure. You can't.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's why you can't miss it.
He said that's why you can't miss this.
It's a show about everyday life that niggas go through. It's just scripted a show about what we do. We nut in girls' highs all the time. Right? Girls are cheating and fucking and doing everything. It's a show about everyday life. I get it.
Oh yeah, that episode was crazy.
It's a show. I mean,
What channel is it on? What is it on?
it's HBO.
Oh, that's why I ain't got it. I got Netflix.
But we need a fucking
Is it on the
escape.
Fire Stick?
So all I'm saying to you guys is, at the end of the day, every day, all we got is us.
Yeah.
And maybe all we got is us don't mean shit. Like Farrakhan been saying this shit for 50 years.
Forever.
And we still at each other, you know. The motherfucking Colin Kaepernick could have had a job if his woman didn't send that racist tweet.
What did she say?
I'm just saying that's what Ray Lewis said.
Oh.
Anyway, we are still at each other. We will defend the beast. We will defend the system. Nigga, you know what you must do in order to get this job. Do you know what this job means?
Cut your hair.
All you need is a haircut. We got all types of ways on how to look right inside of a motherfucking illusion.
Yep.
This how you look the part in an illusion. Fake it until you make it, my brother. Remember Hollywood Shuffle?
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Oh my God.
Nigga, we Hollywood shuffling
movie.
all the way through this whole
How about The
movie.
Help?
The Help?
Remember your boy when he was talking to Forrest Whitaker when he first came in?
Man,
Dude from Fear the Walking Dead, the brother?
man. We got to learn how to say no to the Boko shot.
No to the Boko shot.
No to the Boko shot. To all the lies, no to the Boko shot. To all the bullshit, no to the Boko shot.
You know what?
We have to become skeptics of everything they say is the truth. No to the Boko shot.
And that's no, and to break that down for you, the bullshit is the Boko shot. You say no to the Boko shot. No to the Boko shot.
To the Boko shot.
To the Boko
Bullshit
shot.
is the Boko shot.
What?
It is the
We're
Boko shot.
geniuses.
That
We're
is the
fucking
problem.
geniuses.
The Boko
Are you witnessing
shot.
what the fuck is going down?
Oh my God.
No to the Boko shot.
No to the Boko shot.
No to the Boko shot. We got to learn how to do it.
Don't bring no Boko shot in here. Mama say, Mama say, Mama say.
It's too much Boko shot.
Boko shot.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Breath smell like Boko shot.
At the end of the day, we got a lot of motherfuckers that are in compliance. And I'm not saying be on some radical shit. I'm just saying be more skeptical. Be more critical in your thinking. Be more objective. Question everything.
Question the bullshit we doing.
I remember a few years ago, 10 years ago, you look stupid as fuck if you say, I'm not getting my kids no motherfucking vaccinations. Right. And I'm going to tell you, I was one of them niggas. I was looking at my cousin. He didn't vaccinate his kids.
Ain't nothing wrong with
These motherfuckers was running around with snotty noses. I was like, nigga, look at this shit. This is some bullshit, my nigga. But them motherfucking kids is healthy than a motherfucker. They ain't got no allergies. Them motherfuckers is good.
Like, get them disease-infested kids away from me.
10 years ago, I was like,
Right.
boy, you crazy as hell.
Right.
He was ahead of the game. Shit, man. All right, man, fuck it. Just keep the conversation going on in your house.
Yeah.
If y'all niggas even talking to each other, really.
Since it's 9/11, I just want to say, you guys want to see what I was talking about, the death ray destroying the World Trade Center? Go look up Dr. Judy Wood, and she has many documentaries on it. Also, look up a video called September Clues, and it shows how actually no planes hit the trade towers. It was actually a computer generated image.
Shit. Okay, wow.
Wait a minute.
No, because we will not start this show again.
Go watch that video, and you'll say
video
yes.
is this?
September Clues, and you'll see how it was an actual computer generated image that
You
hit.
niggas just don't have no regular fuck off time. do you?
Okay, so listen, we're about to go.
Constant siege of information.
We're about to go. We're about to go. We'll be back. The Voice of Reason tonight, 5 to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
The ZOWHAT Morning Show. We out. Winter Weather Wars. All right, holla.